Solo Leveling being the only manhwa with a good anime adaptation. This is all they got after trashing Mushoku years after years, lol. I'm sorry, because I'm the biggest, the beginning after the end slanders you'll ever witness. I looked into it, and it's worse than I thought. The beginning after the end fans, you can have A1 if you want. Solo Leveling's manhwa fans does not have any sense of appreciation at all when it comes to their own anime adaptation. I guess you guys will at least show some gratitude and appreciation. We Solo Leveling fans can take ACAT instead. So I think, taking one good look at the quote retweets to this trailer that came out gives a good indication, a glimpse at what the community is currently saying about the trailer, and I'm going to give some insights on how I feel about the trailer as well. But to just put it out there for those who are unaware of what this is, the beginning after the end is seeming like it's going to be the end before it even begins, because the trailer, honestly, it's not a good look. It's not. Like, just disregarding everyone else's opinions on what they're currently saying, as just talking about my current overall understanding of the trailer, it's not looking too good, which was already to be expected when we found out that Studio ACAT was going to be working on it. This is basically the top anime that Studio ACAT has worked on by score, and the best anime they managed to produce in all these years is a 6.75. Now, obviously, we can't take my anime list completely seriously. You know, the scores and stuff are very arbitrary, and you can't always say that is a perfect reflection on how good a show is, but it's very apparent, just judging by how harsh or unharsh my anime list can be at times, the fact that all these anime have not even made it into a 7 is pretty wild stuff. So it's very clear that out of all the projects, for the most part, it seems like the beginning after the end is probably one of the most high-profile projects that Studio ACAT has probably ever gotten, which is kind of sad, but also it's tragic for the beginning after the end, because it is quite a fan favorite. There is a lot of people that outright love this series to death. I have reviewed it on the channel, I have talked about it on the channel, and there is some controversy around this as well. So let's give some backstory. So, the beginning after the end is one very traditional type of story. It's very similar to Mushoku Tensei, reincarnated, transported to another world type stories. It follows the similar theme, the direction, and there's been a lot of controversy with this series in general, that it is basically a bootleg or ripoff of Mushoku Tensei, and I would be lying if I said I didn't see the similarities and the inspiration. I mean, even the author, I believe, has admitted that they were heavily inspired by Mushoku Tensei. Nothing wrong with that, but obviously some of the slander that the series has gotten for years is thanks to the beginning portions of it being a little bit the same. But if you disregard that, it does have a very dedicated and big fan base. People do love the series, and the fact that it's getting an anime adaptation in general should be seen as a good thing. But if we go by what we have seen, the trends and stuff in the last few years, usually when a manhwa slash webcomic is turned into an anime, typically, let's be honest, it's not good. It's not. I'm looking at you, Tower of God. It's just could have been one of the best adaptations, one of the best shows, honestly, in the last 10 years, if given the proper love, but we know how that's turned out. But what I'm trying to say is that the beginning after the end has gotten a pretty bad studio, and this trailer in general is not a good trailer. Like, let's just show it. So basically, this entire trailer, at first glance, for those that briefly look at this, like if I zoom around, it looks pretty. Like, the art style looks fine and all that, but it looks extremely flat. And it's not just flat. There is an overuse of still frames, CGI, and a lot of effects to try to hide the fact of how poor or low quality this anime actually is. Like, for example, there's multiple scenes here where you have zoomed in on the faces or CGI, and then you have these bizarre effects that appear that literally just try to hide the stiffness of the art in animation. And usually when something like that is being incorporated so early on within an anime PV trailer, typically we can assume it's not going to be a good show. This is set to air on April, literally a day before my birthday, and there's only like a month, you know, till this comes out. And it's already looking to not be really good high production. And so, I'm pretty sad, honestly, for, the beginning after the end fans. I mean, I've read a bit of it. I'm not, like, caught up, but it's good. I like it. I really like it. And just to see the anime in this kind of state, it's pretty sad. I mean, because usually a PV trailer is supposed to show the best parts of the anime to get people hyped, and when the PV is basically doing negative PR and making everything look really terrible, you know you done messed up pretty badly. So, yeah, looks like the beginning after the end should be titled, It Ended Before It Began. But okay, I'll leave it at that, though. Tell me your thoughts, honestly. Are you looking forward to this still? Do you have hope that it's going to be good? Be honest in the comments below. But I love you guys. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.